morning, everyone. Thanks for taking the time out to learn a little about Goliath Resources. I'm the founder and CEO of the company. Back in 2017, had the vision of hopefully discovering the next largest, newest, and one of the potentially biggest new deposit in the Golden Triangle, British Columbia. And certainly with the success we had to date, drilled over 65,000 meters so far within our Gold Digger property. Majority of these holes, about 97% of the holes, have hit mineralization. This year we drilled just over 35,000 meters, and we had, I guess, about 40% or so of the holes had visible gold. So pretty exciting things, and it does remain open, and we continue to find new outcrops and new zones within this area. Some forward-looking statements. I don't have a lot of time. Basically, here's the board and team. You can take a look at our presentation online. This is on our webpage. Share structure, just over 100 million issued outstanding, fully diluted about 149 million shares. With that would bring close to $40 million into the treasury. Some notable shareholders, we've got Crescat Capital, around 18.5%. We've got obviously Eric Sprott, they're about 3.5%. Rob McEwen, around 5%. Management and the team, we've got about 19% on a partially diluted basis. We do have quite a few warrants that are in the money currently. Average strike about 40 some odd cents, bringing in about, I guess, just around $6.5 million. And from a liquidity point of view, we've traded close to 70 million shares in the last 52 weeks with a VWAP around 77 cents. We have had a high just sort of north of 90 cents. We're currently trading sort of 89.90. 2021, 2022, we had highs of $1.50, $1.75 kind of thing. And I guess, yeah, we closed at 89 cents on Friday. Location-wise, just in the southeastern tip of the Golden Triangle. A lot of benefits there regarding certainly infrastructure and within the SK Rift, world-class geological setting, mining-friendly jurisdiction, as well as a lot of support from the First Nations. Location-wise, zooming in on the property, majority of the focus has been at the Sherbet Zone. Essentially, Dolly Varden is a neighbor of ours. We're based out of Kitsault. You can drive there from Terrace in about 3.5 hours. Kitsault was built back in the 80s for the Moly mine, which went out of business shortly thereafter. So we can house up to 300 people during the season. Typically, we're sort of capping out around 80, 90 with the drillers and pilots and engineers and geologists, etc. As you can see, we're sitting on Tidewater as well, so 2 fjords either side of the project, which takes you down to Prince Rupert, about 190 clicks to the south. So when this does become a mine, potential, you can take your material barge south down to Prince Rupert, where you've got rail right across Canada, as well as a deep sea port. There's that red line there squiggling through the property. That's an important contact between the Sahini and Hazelton volcanics, where majority of the deposits in the triangle have been found within 3 kilometers of either side of this important contact point. Okay, so what was so unique about this is it never been drilled before. The reason being it was covered under glacier and permanent snowpack until recent time. So otherwise, I think, back in the day, if the old timers would have found this, would have been a mine. And we got lucky and we're able to discover the Sherbet Zone. We've got a kilometer of mineralization up the south slope of the mountain to the peak, and then down the north slope for another 1.1 kilometer with 700 meters of vertical relief. So before we drilled this, the maiden drill program in 2021, we had essentially a 3D model of the system, of which we hit on every hole that year. It was over just 5,000 meters. We did drill 1.1 kilometer down dip and hit on that one as well. Okay, we've hit the 65,000 meter drilling to date. We've outlined a very large system. We have done some early met work. We're getting just over 92% recovery of gold at a 327 micron crush. And of that, we're getting about 49% of that is free gold from gravity alone. So no cyanide required, no deleterious materials. And the future operator of this could possibly pour doré bars or just create a high-grade con that they can ship out one of those barge access. So net, we did a huge data dump here, I guess a few weeks ago. 99 holes. So total at the Sherbet discovery of 222 holes have been disclosed to date. We've outlined the Sherbet zone, which sits in the SEDS. This is where we can see the mineralization wrapping around the mountain, sort of like a horseshoe. Very robust, very predictable. Continuity is incredible. And basically, our Bonanza has grown as well, the Bonanza shear zone. We had 33 holes in that leading up to the 2023 drill program, so now that's expanded as well. And then down in the green there, the bottom, that's entirely in the volcanics. So you've got the Bonanza, essentially the contact between the SEDS above and the volcanics below. Our theory is that we got this as a sort of a regional type of a shear that we're seeing throughout our property. And combined, we've got close to, if you take the volumes here, close to 66 million tons of material. I'm not saying it's economical, but potentially economical at some particular point where we do put a 43-101 together. That's averaging about 7.5 grams gold equivalent. The gold itself in that is about 90%, with a little silver, with some copper, a little bit of lead, a little bit of zinc. So you can see we've increased these numbers here, 43% increase, Sherbet zone. We increased the grade. The Bonanza shear as well was pretty substantial. Initially that was at about 3 grams gold equivalency, and now we're looking just over 8 grams gold as well. Here's a cross section. We had quite a few plus 100 gram meter holes. So we're sort of zoning in on where we believe the feeder system is. Colorado School of Mines, they've done quite a bit of work on the with our material, and in their report, essentially they're thinking of porphyry at depth. So we'll continue to expand on that theory, drilling further deeper down into the valley floor and into the volcanics. Here's some of the folks that we've are helping us in addition to augment what we're learning out in the field with SRK, Archer Cathro, Colorado School of Mines, mentioned Drone North, OTS, and Carlos Gold. Put out some news, I guess, last week. Again, brand new discovery, new shear, just off to the east there. We think maybe which is in the volcanics. So we think it might be possibly the part of the feeder source, but ultimately, 21.5 ounces gold equivalent at surface. We've got 500 meters of strike. We've got 400 meters of vertical relief. And again, this is outcropping at surface, and we'll be going and drilling that in 2024 once we get the program going. And actually quite a bit of copper as well. So we're not, we're seeing these nice elevated copper numbers, which suggest, possibly we're getting closer to the heat engine that brought all this mineralization to surface. And here's a sort of a imagery here. As you can see, there's quite a bit of overburden there, and where we're outcropping at the jackpot zone. This is essentially what it looks like. This is the original discovery channel cut that was taken back in 2020, around multi-ounce gold equivalent over quite a few meters. And again, you can see it going down the south slope, and this is outcropping at surface. New discovery up in the Cambria ice field. So what we did is we doubled our land package after the success we had in 2022. So we're roughly 65,000 hectares in size, and just staked everything to the north, primarily up on the Cambria ice field, where guess what? The glaciers are melting. We're finding brand new outcrops at surface. We just released some news from our Treasure Island, which is about 36 clicks to the north, a 28 gram per ton gold equivalent channel cut. Had copper in there was about 14.5% as well. More of the sort of polymetallic VMS-ish type of a system. What we're seeing, Porter Idaho mine is on trend with this particular showing, but we do have many more outcrops that need to be tested in the Cambria ice fields, which we'll undertake in 2024. If you have any questions, we're just here at booth 434. I've got a bunch of my geos are here, the guys that are actually boots on the ground, our Navy SEAL special teams, going out and finding these new discoveries for us. So thanks for your attention.